Hey everybody! Hello, hello, hello. It is hump day for me. It is Tuesday for you, maybe, or something in between. I had my coffee and I hate to say it, but I've got it a bit strong today. It's a little bit strong, so I'm a bit like, yeah. It's so strong that I'm like, I think I need to cover the missing person case, which means that I need to really get my investigative hat on. Where's my hat? No, I don't have my hat. That's okay. Hi, everybody. Yeah, so there's a missing old lady, and that's really sad. That makes me really worried, and the reason is not because I know much about her. You guys saw yesterday that I have never heard of Savannah Guthrie and her mum because I'm Australian and I don't watch morning American news. I'm asleep at that time, but I do have an elderly mum. I have an elderly mum. She lives on her own. My dad passed last year, sadly. So she lives on her own, and she worries for her safety. So this is familiar to me. This idea of, well, not my mum being abducted, obviously, but she very much worries for her safety, and I think about that a fair bit. So yeah, this is something that sort of you hear about it, it's just like, wow, elderly woman can just disappear like that. Goodness me. And yeah, it's the celebrity's mother, so even more strange. But then again, I'm looking at it here on this channel, tend to look at things through a different lens. So I like to look at how people react to different stories, especially crime, and how reporters react. So what I want to check out today is the sort of feeding frenzy that has resulted from this missing persons case. And I'm sure you guys have all noticed that over the last 24 and a bit hours, there's been a lot of assumptions made, a lot of stories that have come out about this missing persons case that may or may not be true, may or may not have been confirmed by law enforcement. A lot of people getting a lot of attention. Some of the usual suspects, perhaps, thanks to this poor lady going missing. Yeah, and using the guise of, oh, we're so worried about the old lady and Savannah, like, oh, we're so worried about the victims. And yeah, share the missing persons poster. But also, I'm going to speculate a lot about what's happened to her so that I can grow my channel and my whatever it is. So yeah, rubbish reporting. That's what I often comment on here on this channel because I think it's shit. And I'm going to bring in Dali and we'll say hello to everybody.
Hey,
What's with me lately?
I don't know. Are you in America? Are you looking upside down?
It's like that. How's it going? Hey, Christine, how are you, love? Good to see you. Yes, of course they're covering this. Hey, Jules. Hey, Jules. It's so scary. I know. So yeah, Savannah Guthrie, and I only heard who Savannah Guthrie was yesterday. So I have no biases about this at all. I don't know this lady. I'm just finding out about this lady. She seems to be a very nice, well-respected TV reporter. No problem with her. She seemed great. People seem to like her. Apparently, she was about to go and report on is it the Winter Olympics coming up? You
I
guys?
believe so. Or whatever
Yeah.
Olympics are coming up. I just found out when I heard she was going to report on it.
Well, it's 2026, so that would be the Winter Olympics.
If you
So
say
yes,
so.
she was about to go and report on it, and she's obviously not because this has happened. So that's very strange. Hey, AI Lara in chat. How's it going? And who was the celebrity? Yeah. So that's who it is. Hey, Googie, how are you? Hey, hello. How am I doing today? Pretty good. My sister is 12 minutes from me and lives alone too. We are weird, but so glad they are close. Yeah. My mum is like 10 minutes from me. And I'm the one who is the closest in terms of geographical. And she has like her house is like a fortress. It's much smaller than Nancy Guthrie's, much smaller, but like there's alarms, there's cameras, there's like security grills all over the house. Like I need passwords and all sorts of things to get into the place. Because the house was actually broken into a few years ago when my dad was still with us, and it really freaked them out, obviously. And so they really strengthened their security back then, which is good because now she's got all that extra security on the house. But I'm not going to tell her about this case. Yeah. JLR would be a massive deep dive from suing his mum to YouTube sensation. Oh, he's done a lot more than sue his mum. That guy is a many times felon. Many times. And he's the most litigious man in the US. He is an actual vexatious litigant. Look him up on Wikipedia, JLR. Yeah,
does he run a storage unit in Florida?
No, and can you stop with the obscure references, darling?
I thought it was well known.
No. Dear. Darlie just goes off on tangents at some points and like, Darlie, no one knows what you're talking about. The old beefs that Darlie has. Okay, guys. Hello, Felicia. How are you? Good to see you, Felicia. Felicia, hey, Lady Wags. I'm Kelt says, grew up in Tucson. That's the family home. I just don't get why her family didn't have any security for alarms, cameras. Apparently there are outdoor cameras. We just aren't allowed to see them right now. And fair enough. Like why would we be allowed to see them? So apparently, yes, there are outdoor cameras. That's what I've heard. But I don't have any more information than anybody else. I don't pretend to have any more information than anybody else. Unlike some.
Me.
Yeah. You know, do you? How'd the cat surgery go?
Good. Yeah, he was knocked out for it. The only weird thing is he already had 17 missing teeth, which really kind of took me by surprise.
What?
Yeah. So they only took out 2 today, so he's 19 missing total. Still got like 7 or 8. It shouldn't affect his quality of life, and those teeth are fine. But
wow,
it's a little weird.
That's okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I would want to know what has happened to him. Like, wow. Poor senior.
Yeah, I know. He's only 5, and I'm guessing the previous owner babied him, gave him a lot of wet food, no dry food. So
that's no. But like, jeez, because he was a show cat. That's very strange. It's very strange. Wow.
But it shouldn't affect his quality of life. So
you will look after his remaining teeth very well.
Yes.
Okay. Poor senior. Oh well. Prayers for senior. Sure, he's going to be fine. He will be very fine. You are the best cat dad getting around. That's for sure. There is no question about that. All right, let's keep going.
He's doing well though now.
Yeah. I'm sure he is. The mysterious case of Nancy Guthrie. So it's pretty mysterious right now. This lady is missing, and we really do give our thoughts to the family of Nancy, and to Nancy herself. Really hope she's okay. Really do. She's missing her medicine as well. She's 84. Okay, so And the reporters who somehow know a lot about it immediately. So if you were watching our stream yesterday, we were streaming the body cam showing Jamis Johnson, which is Lauren's dad, trying to get into a house he didn't own yet. At the time, Dahlia was saying, "Oh, I bet that Lauren is Hidden True Crime straight onto this Savannah Guthrie mum going missing case," and right on cue, she posted a video on it.
Like 5 minutes before.
Yeah. So predictably, yes.
Quite pathetic.
Yeah, did. And so, yeah, that happened. And it's interesting because that had only like the case had just broken, so it was brand new news. And what I find really interesting is that with these things, reporters come out and they come out with information that they seem to know more than they do right straight up. But they pad it all out with far more than they actually have. And Hidden True Crime are really good at doing that. So yeah, 24 hours ago, Laura Mathias knew a lot, or said she kind of did. Like she kind of did. So why, oh why would the cops not explain? Right. So this video here has nearly 120,000 views right now from 24 hours ago. I kid you not. Yeah. I looked at it last night and it had 89,000 views, and I looked at it just now and it had 119,000 views.
I do like Lauren's hair here.
Oh, sorry, in the video?
Yeah, no, in the thumbnail, it's very smooth and straight and supple.
Well, that's her standard one that she's using on thumbnails at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, wait till we get to the video then, shall we?
Oh.
Okay, so
now an urgent and deeply unsettling search is underway in Arizona. 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie, has vanished. And authorities say this is no longer being treated as a missing person case, but instead a crime. In just hours, investigators escalated their response, sealed off her home as an active crime scene. And
that's a nice looking house.
Yeah.
Right? Don't worry, Scott. We're not going to talk about Lauren the whole time. Stay. Stay. It's funny you say that, Pink Pajama Penguin. HTC wants to be TMZ. I don't know why anyone would want to be TMZ.
TMZ, first of all.
Sorry, TMZ.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sorry. It doesn't really sound right, does it?
No.
I don't know why anyone would want to be TMZ because, like, they're a bunch of old creeps. I get they get a fair few views. Not all the time, but sometimes. But yeah, she's right on board with TMZ.
Are you saying following around 20, 21, 22-year-old women trying to get pictures of them all the time is somehow creepy?
Somehow. A bit.
Freaking ghouls.
Dollar bills, more sensational stories, bring in more bucks. Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay. So yeah, that's a big house. Like, there's been people have been speculating about this house, like how possibly could someone remove an old lady from a house like that?
It looks quite remote.
It does. It's on a large property. Okay, let's just watch it just for a little bit.
Brought in homicide detectives, yet they are refusing to say why. Today, we're walking through the full timeline, the official statements.
How can you have a full timeline? Like, how is it possible to have a full timeline? Like,
I know, right? She just got out of bed.
She just got out of bed.
How can she have a full timeline already?
Like, look at her hair. Like, she literally just got out of bed.
Post-coital,
Very.
And the critical details police aren't explaining, because in cases like this, what's left unsaid often matters just as much as what's confirmed. I'm Lauren Mathias, and this is Hidden True Crime.
Okay, so she's going with the standard MO, like what is being left unsaid is just as important as what is being said, because we're looking at the hidden stuff, hidden true crime, right? Hidden. So therefore, I've got enough material to make a half-hour video, because I'm going to talk about what's not been said. Yeah. Grayson's been busy in more ways than one, and look, she's got a new cushion. I've never seen that cushion.
Oh, she does.
Yeah. True crime is true. True crime is true. She tries to be dramatic. Yeah. Is this the missing mother? Yes. She looks like she's been living under a deck for a week. No, this is Lauren. Living under. It's actually a bridge.
A deck?
A deck? A deck, yeah. Hello, sweet tooth fairy. How is the collecting going? She tries to be so dramatic. Well, it's working, clearly. There's 120,000 views in 24 hours. It's not bad. Dun, 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 dun.
Nancy is 84 years old, lives alone in Tucson, Arizona, and has 3 children, including Savannah Guthrie, anchor for the Today Show. There's also a daughter named Annie who lives near her mom in Arizona, and a son, Cameron. Nancy became a widow at a young age. She was only 46 years old when her husband, Charles, died of a heart attack at age 49. Savannah was just 16 years old when her dad died. Nancy never remarried, and the Guthrie clan is extremely close to their mom.
My mom is named Nancy Guthrie. She had me when she was 29 years old. I was her 3rd baby, and she always said...
So, all right. Yeah, clearly Grayson's been really busy for the last hour or so getting all this stuff together. Good for her. Yeah, she's doing her job. Excellent. Right, let's move on.
What's about all the value she has?
Yeah. Okay, so that's all fine. Now JLR. I don't think much of JLR.
I like him. He speaks very highly of you.
He's a twat, right? He goes to trials, and he stands outside and he goes, "Why did you do it? Why'd you do it?"
Oh, I love it. Okay, yeah, this is great.
Okay, do you want to read JLR here?
Obviously. Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy, hired Mexicans and people from south of the border to do her cooking, cleaning, and yard work at her Tucson, Arizona home. Authorities are interviewing those people. She remains missing. Why on earth would you feel the need to bring up what race the people are who help around her house? I understand it's close to the border. It's about an hour away or so.
Oh my God. Why would you post that? Why would you post
Like,
that?
that's...
Why? Oh
Like,
my God.
that's kind of offensive, buddy.
It's very offensive. Oh my God.
Nothing much offends me, but I can see how that could really get under people's skin.
What
Princess.
with him? What an idiot. What a twat. Oh my God, what an idiot. That is the stupidest thing to post. Holy crap burgers. You dickhead. You absolute twat. Like, really? Really? My God. He's always trying to stir up immigration trouble. Is he? I mean, I know he just stirs up trouble. But is this a thing that he does? Is it? Let me see if I can just bring that up. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's share this. All right, that's the actual tweet. How are you, sis? How are you? He posted that because JLR is a scumbag. What the hell I'm doing? Yeah, he is. JLR is an actual scumbag, right? Like, I know we have a go at Lauren a lot, and she's a scum. She's scumbag too. But JLR is like the original scumbag. The original. Like,
I thought Lauren and him were friends.
He is on YouTube because he actually can't get a job. Like, there is no way he could get a job. He has no way. There's no way he could build a resume. He has so many prior convictions. There's so much bad shit on him. Like, he can't scrub the internet like John.
Isn't that why we all stream?
No, I have a job. Would be an insane story if an NBC host mother was harmed by one of them. Yes, wild.
Oh, yeah. And now he's just trying to do the monetization grift on Twitter.
Yeah. Maybe that's all she could afford. What?
What? She can only afford Mexico. What are you like? I'm not saying that. What they're implying is saying she can only afford Mexicans.
You can read it. You read Linda Bags.
Maybe that is all she could afford. I would think that would be cheaper than hiring most of the companies from stateside. You know, the white ones. They are very expensive, and 90% of seniors cannot afford to hire anyone living on such a tight budget.
Hang on, we need to see the responses to this. Tell me you didn't just say what you just said.
She can only get the discount help. Oh.
Her daughter makes $8 million a year.
Okay, that's a good point as well. She lives in the.
Oh, that's idiotic. Savannah Guthrie was an irresponsible daughter to allow this to happen. They all had the money to keep mum in American workers who passed background checks and were bonded. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. This is, oh, dear. Guess she did wrong. Her daughter knew she had Mexicans working for her. Her daughter needs arrested ASAP. Oh, my God. JLR.
Yeah, this is just typical cesspool.
You suck. You suck. You suck. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. Why did you even start this? You idiot. All right, let's get back. Okay. So that's JLo. Right. So there's a part in this where she talks about the workers. She doesn't talk about Mexicans. She talks about the workers.
And police do have Nancy's phone and are searching through her home footage. So I would think that if her disappearance has anything to do with anyone who knew her, saw her, or helped her on a regular basis, that phone will be incredibly helpful to the ongoing investigation.
No shit.
And I do wonder what they might uncover on that cell phone. Others online are speculating, wondering if Nancy's disappearance could have potentially had anything to do with her daughter, Savannah. Not if Savannah had any part in her disappearance, but if there could have been a fan gone rogue or someone who knows who Savannah is because of her status as a public figure and could have done something to her mom. But there is no confirmation of any of this, although Savannah's name was brought up during the press conference, and Sheriff Nanos said that they have been in touch with Savannah's security team.
Has Savannah got she had any threats to herself?
We've spoken to her. We'll continue to work with that. She has a security team that's been in touch with us throughout the night. But we're not going to dismiss any angles for sure. But right now, immediately, we don't know of anything like that.
Is she in town or on the way here?
She's here.
The guy in the back is just
Since
like, I did it.
Are keeping a very tight lip on why they know that this is a crime. I do just want to give some more background on Nancy. Nancy is and was, according to her family, a strong woman. I love that adjective, strong. In 2012,
Was.
Savannah wrote this about her mother.
Wow.
Was. What do you mean was?
Wow. Well, we know where your mind's at, sweetie.
Jeez. Okay, hang on a minute. Just a second. I might have linked to the wrong part. There is a part where she talks about the workers. Hang on a minute. You can keep watching that for a sec, though.
She is whip smart, funny, full of integrity and wisdom. She also has the best sense of adventure. She's always up for something fun. End quote. So after marrying her husband, Charles, Nancy and Charles, the two of them lived in Australia, and then they had 3 children together. Her son, Cameron, followed by Annie 5 years later, and then the baby of the family is Savannah, 2 years after Annie. She was born in 1971. When Savannah was 2 years old, her family relocated to the United States in Tucson, Arizona for Charles's job, where they created a life and raised their children. Nancy was a stay-at-home mom, juggling motherhood and marriage, while Charles worked as a mining engineer.
Well, Mom, you guys came here in the 70s and you had been moving all around. What made you want to stay in Tucson and plant roots?
It's so wonderful. Just the air, the quality of life is laid back and gentle.
So much better than that shit Australia.
Sorry?
Nothing. I was making fun of Australia.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Full of integrity and wisdom. She not if Savannah had any part in her disappearance. Others online are search for Nancy continues. People have floated theories online as to what could have possibly happened to her. And while Nancy does live alone, she does have regular help from staff, some of whom have been in contact with police already. And police do have Nancy's phone and are searching through her home footage. So I would think that if her disappearance has anything to do with anyone, this do happen to her.
Okay, so there we go, right? So
Tom, thank you.
And while the search for Nancy continues, people have floated theories online as to what could have possibly happened to her. And while Nancy does live alone, she does have regular help from staff, some of whom have been in contact with police already. And police do have Nancy.
How does she know this? That there's the staff that works there, that they've been like, the police are talking to the staff. How does she know this? I'm just curious about this. Right? Like, this is like not long after it's released that that she's even gone missing. I don't know. Is she assuming?
Probably.
Because I mean, there would be staff that work there.
Sure.
Like, I mean, you've seen the size of the place. There would be staff that work there, right? I think it's a fair assumption to make that the staff that work there would be talked to by police. Did the police actually say that they were talking to the staff, or what? I don't know. I just feel like there's some things that she's not crediting sources. No. But yeah, because of course they would. There's a lot of things in this video that are just like obvious, like, oh, well, the phone would be very useful. Well, yeah, we know. Of course the phone would be very useful. Duh. Yeah, you would get the phone, wouldn't you? You'd get any CCTV. Of course you would. Duh. Oops. Then, okay, so now let's get to what's just happened, right? Because that was yesterday. So TMZ gets a break. TMZ gets a break. Go figure. Now, I don't think much of TMZ either. If you haven't guessed. I don't think much of TMZ either. And I'm like, I'm very curious as to what kidnapper who takes an 84-year-old woman who is the mother of an NBC news anchor decides to go and send a ransom letter to goddamn TMZ. Chat, do you think that if you are a kidnapper who is taking an 84-year-old woman who is the daughter of Savannah Guthrie, you got to send your ransom letter to TMZ. 1 yes, 2 no. Is that where you're going to send it? 1 yes, 2 no.
I'd probably do something more reputable like the National Enquirer.
I am sus on whether you'd send it to goddamn TMZ. Right? Like, what is going on there? Right? Why aren't people questioning this more? This sounds to me like bullshit. This sounds like bullshit to me. There are a lot of twos in chat. Web sleuths, maybe? Sure. Yeah, I'd want Trisha to have it. I would want Trisha to have the ransom note and coffin duffer. All the people. I would want to have it. Coffin duffer would be number one, then Trisha. Because I know she would take it seriously. And then this person. Yeah. Absolutely. Goodness me. What the hell? David, could you get your name straight? I think you're talking about Zachariah Anderson. Oh, yes.
Ollie.
Well, all those people. All those people. Okay, so this is ridiculous. Like, they go and get a break. Aren't they lucky? I mean, aren't they lucky? Like, these two dudes who are really handsome, by the way, and no wonder that all these, like, young hot chicks hang out with them. No wonder. Grayson sent it to them too. Yeah. All right. So TMZ received an unverified ransom note today, demanding a substantial amount for the return of Today anchor Savannah Guthrie's missing mother, Nancy. We have since contacted law enforcement. Yeah, that's great. Fantastic. Story developing. Why do they look like they're on meth?
Well, it is Hollywood, so.
Yeah. Wanting Bitcoin sounds smart, is it? Yeah.
Well, maybe if they asked like 3 months ago, it'd be really smart. Today, no.
Yeah.
It's down like 5%.
Is it?
Yeah. It's been down quite a bit in the last month. 16% last month.
Ozempic.
Well, actually, you're probably right, Irish.
Yeah, I feel like it's more likely to be some sort of upper, but why wouldn't they send it to? This is my question, Ash Bash. Why wouldn't they send it to NBC? Savannah works for NBC. You would think they send it to Real Media or NBC. Sorry, I don't know what's Real Media in the US. Is there any Real Media? But TMZ ain't it. I know that. Like, TMZ ain't it. That ain't Real Media. Look at these people. Just look at them. Please. Okay, so let's go. Let's have a look. What have these people got to say? What have they got to say for themselves? Hang on.
So we got something
that?
in our email that looks like a.
Oops. No, not that. Go.
So we got something in our email that looks like a ransom. It's written like a ransom note for Savannah Guthrie's mother.
Specific
And they're
requests for
very
certain amounts of money,
very specific.
Bitcoin.
And also, they say at the bottom there are certain things they're saying about what she was wearing and damage to the house.
That
as
they're
if
clearly saying to verify
it's
that
us.
we know what we're talking about here.
So we.
He interrupts him more than you interrupt me.
I know. I was gonna say, like, Harvey has the same expression on his face as you do when I start trying to make a point.
No wonder I get so many comments saying, why do you always interrupt you? It's really annoying. It's super annoying, hey?
Oh, that made me happy.
Yeah.
We've contacted the sheriff's department, and we want to get them this letter. We had a little trouble getting through to the right person, but the person we spoke with is now forwarding this to somebody in the detective bureau. So if my phone rings, I may have to stop. And
what's interesting is, there was just a news conference that just ended with the sheriff, and he was asked about. We're going to do this segment in a few minutes, but he was asked
God, you might be
about a ransom note.
It's a Proton email.
These guys are acting a little methy. I'm just saying.
You're right.
I mean, I have no evidence of that. I'm just speculating. I'm just saying the way they're kind of like moving around.
Yes.
They're, a little tweaky, in my opinion.
You're actually right. Like, look at them. Their mannerisms are very tweaked out. They're like, oh, we got a ransom note.
If you go back like even 20 seconds, you can.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah, they high AF. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we need to just
in the detective bureau. So if my phone rings, I may have to stop. And
what's interesting is, there was just a news conference that just ended with the sheriff, and he was asked about. We're going to do this segment in a few minutes, but he was asked about a ransom note, and he just said, "We're following all leads."
Yeah, and this it's again, we don't know.
We don't know if
it's
this
authentic,
is legit, right.
if it's authentic or not. But they're when you read it, they're acting as if, yeah, only we would know these things,
Right.
and we're serious. And there's a dollar demand and an or else in there.
Mm-hmm.
So
or else.
We will let you know as this thing kind of develops.
Wow, this seriously, if we're gonna do a bunch of drugs and try to create content, just start a YouTube channel, for crying out loud. Go on TMZ and do that.
And have Grayson send us some ransom notes on Proton email. Right? and Ray Hermosillo and Brian Etten and all your lies are going to come out, and on and on and on. All the people you badmouthed, your private texts, they're all going to come out.
They look so ashamed right there.
Everyone's been BCC'd. Yeah, look at them. Like,
yeah, the guy on the left is just like the face you make when your boss to your left is in the Epstein files.
Yeah, the dude looking at his computer like, oh God, they're at it again. Shit.
He was told he had to go make a video with this guy, and he just found out he was in the Epstein files. I guess I'd have to do a lot of drugs too.
Call is coming from inside the house. I cannot take these men seriously. Like, they've been reporting the same shit for the last 4 months about the David situation, like the Celeste Rivas Hernandez situation, for fucking 4 months. They've had nothing new for 4 months on this thing. They just keep coming out with the same crap. 4 months. Nothing's happening, guys. Leave it. Now this has happened. They're gonna finally they might drop the Celeste Rivas Hernandez thing for a second and stop saying that, you know, like the guy, because the thing with the Celeste case is there's finally an arrest, but it's not to do with the murder. It's because somebody didn't turn up to testify at the grand jury, right? And it's a friend of David's. So someone didn't turn up to testify. So they've got someone to talk about who may be involved in some way. And they've been talking about that. Fucking God's sake. Ad nauseum. So they might just leave that for a second and start talking about this. God knows what's going to happen if something happens with the David case. Like, they will just, like, they might just simultaneously combust. You know? Who knows? Can you imagine if Lauren and Grayson really did start creating their own true crime scenes in order to get the scoop on the situation? Isn't that what they've been doing? Isn't that?
I wouldn't say they've gone that far. But
hello.
I'm literally at dinner, enjoying a dinner, and they're coming up to me and making me feel unsafe when I'm not doing anything.
Okay, they aren't.
That was that.
They aren't out well, kind of committing crimes, but they're more accusing other people of committing crimes.
If that wasn't creating their own scene, I don't know what was.
Well, Gray Bay's always been a little emotional.
And thank you for the gift of membership, Chuck Anderson.
Thank
Daughter.
you.
That was lovely. Granddaughter, that was lovely. Thank you very much. I made my, what is it? I made my family bacon wrapped cheese sticks for dinner. Yeah, that will happen for a documentary. Absolutely. They are a scene. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So here's the thing. I don't think, guys, tell me, if you send me a link or something, if you've seen this actual ransom letter, because this is only a few hours ago, story developing. I don't think they've actually released this thing that they have, or they say they have, but they keep saying that the police are aware of it. Like, they're aware. Now, but look, an hour ago, someone's taking it kind of seriously, well, seriously enough to report on it. And look, she's even got, look.
Why does she look constipated in that photo?
It's the same photo you said was nice before.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, she's constipated now.
You saw an article that reported what the letter said? Was that, well, that would have been on TMZ. Let me look up. Actually, would you mind, Dolly, could you just look up TMZ and see if you can see what the letter said?
Yeah, but I don't want my computer thinking even less of me than it already does.
It's a good one. That is the photo. Like, that is the post 9 Hour Live new face photo. She likes that photo. That photo has been AI'd to death. Yeah. That thumbnail of her very serious face is hilarious. I know. That's like, I smell apart.
That's her blue steel look.
Yeah.
From Zoolander.
From Zoolander. Yeah. Rebranded, lol, new brows. Yeah. She's still Jigsaw. Yeah. Change the thumbnail and title about 20 minutes after posting. Oh, really? It was after posting? A serious face cracks me up. She's trying to be Annie Elise. Well, yeah, like the next generation. Well, next generation, the older generation Annie Elise. I don't think, like, she'd sound really silly saying my true crime bestie. All right, let's watch a little bit of this.
We noticed that the camera on the
Oh, wait, she goes straight in.
Do you believe the perpetrator purposely took the camera?
Straight in with the press conference. That's her video. She goes straight in with the press conference. Interesting.
Don't know that. We're looking into that as well.
Nancy Guthrie's Apple Watch stopped syncing in the middle of the night, and sources say that investigators believe that moment may mark when she was taken. Yes, taken. Authorities now say the 84-year-old mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie was abducted from her home, abducted against her will, and police have confirmed DNA evidence inside the house, reinforcing their belief that this was not a voluntary disappearance. And just 24 hours ago, Hidden True Crime, we were discussing this as a sudden disappearance, and we walked through how police escalated this case from a missing person investigation to an active criminal case almost immediately. And now law enforcement, they're no longer speaking in hypotheticals. They're describing a woman with limited mobility who did not leave on her own, who needs daily medication, and who may have been removed while she was asleep. And as officials have said bluntly,
hang on, how do you remove somebody while they're asleep when they wake up?
Yeah, I think I saw an article today. The sheriff it's not Arizona's best and brightest, I don't think, operating the media for that county. She was walked out on her own.
You
The way they
talking about the
sound is
media?
like she was abducted in her sleep.
Okay, so are you talking about the press conference?
Yeah.
We can watch the press conference. We'll watch her for a little bit longer, but then we can watch
Like, it wasn't like an extraterrestrial thing that we know of.
Right. Okay. Because the press conference only goes for 5 minutes, the one that was on a couple hours ago. So, chat, have you guys watched the press conference? Do you want to watch it?
this is a race against time. And today's press conference only reinforced just how dire this situation is.
Oh, dire.
So let's pause, reset, and walk carefully through what we now know. What's changed in the last 24 hours and why investigators believe this situation is far more urgent than anyone initially realized. We'll go through everything we need to know. Stick with me. My name is Lauren Matthias, and this is Hidden True Crime.
Yeah. You haven't seen it? The press conference was literally nothing. Well, she's making out like it was huge. It was huge. Huge. I've been begging for the aliens to take me for years. Yeah, I saw it, but it was only the sheriff's interview on Arizona Family YouTube channel revealed new things. Only the sheriff's interview on Arizona Family YouTube channel revealed new things. I cannot take anything she does seriously. No, it's very difficult to. Desperate for tragedy, of course. I hate to say it, but I feel like this woman, TMZ, JLR, they're just waiting for bad news, not good news. Like, they want this to drag out. They want this to be terrible. They don't want it to be like, oh, well, she was found down the shops. You with me?
Well, there's no views that way.
Exactly.
No one cares about a happy ending.
Exactly. They want all the blood. They want all the DNA. They want all the. It could have been the workers.
Yeah.
It could have been the. They love like this ransom note thing's fantastic. Yes, the videos. If videos, there's no hope. It's so much more dire than we thought it could be. Oh, let's just keep going. Okay, so. All right, so if the press conference was a whole lot of nothing, let's see what she does.
Nancy was last seen Saturday night, January 31st, around 9:30 p.m. after spending the evening having dinner and playing the game Mahjong with her daughter Annie. She was dropped off back at her home in Tucson, Arizona's Catalina foothills. And the Catalina foothills is a quiet, affluent neighborhood. It has desert scenery reminiscent of a Georgia O'Keeffe painting. It's a home of solitude.
What?
She lived there alone.
Reminiscent of what? A Georgia O'Keeffe painting. Okay. Nicely done, Grayson. Nice writing.
And the next morning, though, Nancy didn't show up for church. which was completely out of character for her. A friend noticed right away and contacted the family. And when her kids went to check on her house and couldn't find her, I'm assuming they did not find anything in extreme disarray, as they continued to search for nearly an hour before they called 911 just before noon on Sunday. And that is when everything changed. Because by Monday, Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos said investigators found things inside the home that immediately raised serious concern, enough that they officially declared Nancy Guthrie's house a crime scene. Homicide detectives were brought in. Search and rescue teams had already worked through the night using helicopters, drones, heat sensing technology, and dogs, but that search has now been paused. This is now being treated fully as a criminal investigation. And here's the biggest update. Sheriff Nanos is no longer hedging his words. He told CBS News directly, I believe she was abducted. She didn't walk away.
He's no longer hedging his words, guys. He's saying he believes she was abducted. So yesterday, apparently, he was hedging his words. But today, he's saying it. He's saying it out loud. I believe she was abducted. Do you think Lauren's upset about that? Think she's upset? I think not. I think not. I think there might be a little bit of glee going on there. By the way, Brian Etten has traveled to Tucson. He's there already. I'm sure he's not the only one. I'm sure there's a few others who have already packed up and left for Tucson. I wonder whether Mrs. Mathias is heading for Tucson or not.
Away from there. She didn't go willingly.
CBS News correspondent Jonathan Bigliotti asked Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos about the ticking clock to locate Guthrie. Here's what he said.
I mean, the clock is literally ticking. It's been more than 24 hours since she disappeared. Are you concerned that it may be too late before she is found?
Well, look, we don't want to go there.
He also told the Daily Mail.
Wait. What was that? Let's go back there.
Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos about the ticking clock to locate Guthrie. Here's what he said.
I mean, the clock is literally ticking. It's been more than 24 hours since she disappeared. Are you concerned that it may be too late before she is found?
Well, look, we don't want to go there.
Y'all.
Vultures. The clock is literally ticking. Are you concerned that it may be too late for she is found? That's gross. In other words, do you think she might be dead? How about just leave it? Because you want a soundbite from the officer saying, yeah, she could be dead. Good on you, officer, for not saying that. Good on you. Yeah, it was real. Good on that officer for not giving him that soundbite. He's gotten emotional several times now. Did he know her? I don't know. She celebrates each new case, means more coverage. Yeah. The sheriff seems overwhelmed with the press. I'm not surprised.
It's a college town, but it's stuff like this I don't think really happens much there. Certainly not like Maricopa County.
So yeah, sometimes when we see these things breaking and we see the local law enforcement having to do media, and it's clear that they don't do media on this scale. Yeah. You see them struggling to cope, especially in the first day or so, and sometimes they get their stride about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially in the first day or so, you can tell it's just like, wow, the whole nation's news is here on my doorstep, and they are. Every single word that I say is being dissected, and they're trying to get me to say things just like that guy was a minute ago. Like, he was trying to get that officer to say, oh, she could be dead. And if he had have said that, that would have been played over and over and over. And good for him for not biting, for him for not saying that. But yeah, I doubt that they're regularly trained in how to deal with media vultures like this. Yeah, it's tough. It'd be really, really tough. Yeah, Lauren would clip the hell out of that. Yeah, they all would, not just her. Like, they all would. Yes, the sheriff is overwhelmed. I felt for him during today's presser. He should have ended that conference sooner than he did. He's too nice and is struggling. They often do that too. Yeah, they often do that too. They're like, oh, they don't know how to end it. Like, people just keep asking questions. They keep pushing it, push, because they know, they can tell, like, the fresh meat, basically. They can tell that the person that's doing the press conference is not used to it, and they'll just keep going, oh, one more question, and that they won't even say that. They'll just keep going. They'll just keep asking. Yeah, the more they can get out of it, the longer they've got for content.
Also told the Daily Mail that evidence suggests Nancy did not leave on her own. Nanos said, quote, she did not walk away. We believe she was forced to leave that residence. It was against her will. And then when he was asked if abduction was too strong of a word, he simply responded, no, it is not too strong of a word. Nancy's physical condition is a huge reason police are so confident about this. Investigators say she has very limited mobility, uses a walker, and could not walk more than about 50 feet without help. Sheriff Nanos said the family told him that she couldn't even walk 50 yards on her own, and police have been very clear about what this is not. This case is not a dementia-related incident, confusion, or someone just getting lost. That is what this case isn't. Sheriff Nanos said, again, Nancy Guthrie is of great sound mind. She is sharp as a tack. This is not someone who just wandered off.
I can't think of the last time where in the middle of the night in someone's bed, an 84-year-old woman disappeared on us. That's a challenge for us, and it's something we just want her back.
Yeah, we all do. We all do, Sheriff. I know you've been in contact with Savannah, who we know is in Tucson. What is your message to her and the Guthrie family and all the viewers who care so much about Savannah?
Oh, wow, he is actually getting really upset. Wow. Okay. New England, as I said, like, I saw that smirker. She said the abduction was not too strong of a word. Wow.
Yeah, he kind of looks emo in that pause there.
I saw it like just a second ago. Like, look.
Oh, he's kind of rocking out to My Chemical.
We just want her back.
Yeah, we all do.
His
we all do,
voice
Sheriff.
cracked. Did you hear it? His voice cracked. We just want him.
I know you've been in contact with Savannah, who we know is in Tucson. What is your message to her and the Guthrie family and all the viewers who care so much about Savannah?
Oh, come on.
We're not going to give up. We'll get this. I'm blessed. I have a team that is, look, they'll solve this. I know they will.
And when detectives searched the home, they found Nancy's phone, they found her wallet and car still inside. The lights in the common areas were on. The front door was unlocked. Investigators have also noted signs consistent with...
Yeah, I wonder if he did know her or something. Yeah. We just want her back. Oh. That's... Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not being judgmental of him at all. I think, like, that was quite genuine. You don't agree?
I mean, he's a politician, so I don't really
Is he?
trust them, but yeah.
I don't trust politicians or cops generally, but like, I don't. I really don't. But why would he bother? Like,
I don't know. Maybe it's genuine. I don't know.
maybe I don't know. Like, like, why? Okay, why would he bother to put that on? Why would he not just put on a really tough, manly kind of face? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's genuine. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know, guys. You make up your own mind.
Forced entry, but they aren't releasing specific details because, again, this is an active investigation. They are holding clues tightly to their chest still. And police believe Nancy, though, was taken sometime overnight. That they're telling us, possibly while she was in bed asleep. Can you imagine? 84 years old, being woken up and being taken while in your bed asleep. Her family is now asking neighbors to check any security footage they may have had from between 1 a.m.
Wouldn't it be the cops asking for that? Wouldn't it be the cops asking? Like, wouldn't her family be not running the investigation? Wouldn't it be the cops? Like,
They usually say it from the family's point of view to try to humanize her. Because she's been kidnapped, so they want to humanize her. They want to put into the media, you know, her family loves her. She's an amazing person.
you think that's coming from law enforcement, or you think that's coming from Lauren?
Probably something law enforcement said.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a normal hidden true crime thing for them to make it sound very like this is from the victims, this is from the family. That's all. So her family are asking. I don't know.
And 4 a.m. Sunday morning, because according to sources, her pacemaker last synced with her Apple Watch around.
Sources. You know what source that is? That's JLR.
TMZ? Oh.
That's JLR. JLR tweeted that.
2 a.m. And after that, they believe is when she was taken out of range. That's in quotes, taken out of range. Even if a camera doesn't point directly to her house, police say it still matters. Sheriff Nanos explained it could be something as small as headlights, a vehicle passing through the area, or someone walking by. If anything feels even slightly off, they want to see it. Investigators are currently reviewing footage, Nancy's cell phone data, license plate readers, and other cameras throughout the neighborhood. They are also canvassing the area and searching for a possible vehicle of interest that could help identify a suspect or suspects. And then there's another major development that came in overnight. Sheriff Nanos has now confirmed that DNA evidence was located inside Nancy's home and sent to a lab for testing. He said, quote, "We took some samples that we hope will have enough of a DNA profile to give us some identification as to what we're looking at," end quote. And according to the Los Angeles Times, that DNA source was indeed blood.
Okay, so there's some blood. Is LM reporting on a public figure's personal or family story as it unfolds? Yes, but it's not a civil stalking injunction. So it's different.
She's a public figure, not a limited public figure.
Yes, but the limited public figure, well, I suppose, yes, she's a public. I guess she would be an actual public figure. She earns $8 million a year.
Yeah, Lauren's only limited.
No. Well, Lauren did admit on body cam that she's actually a public figure.
Well,
but that was we found that out later. So good point, Stephanie.
She'll always be limited to me.
Thanks for the $5. P.S. Also, sources who noted the pacemaker. Let's just check out. Let's check out Lauren's source. JLR is such a great source. We love him. Not Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker last synced at 2 a.m. Sunday morning. She was most likely taken shortly after. This would make it much easier for authorities to narrow down vehicles on traffic cams at key points around her home. Less vehicles out that early. There we go. Yes. Good to see that Lauren and Grayson are checking out JLR. How would JLR know that? Who knows? knows, but he's sauces.
Oh yeah.
He is sauces. So he's also the one who was reporting on the Mexicans. Yo.
To Los Angeles Times. And at this point, investigators haven't said whose blood it is, and they've explained that it could take several days for results to come back. But the presence of blood at the scene, if true, only reinforces why police believe this was not a voluntary disappearance. Sheriff Nanos has also been very blunt about how serious the timing is here. Nancy needs daily medication, and it has now been well over 24 hours since she disappeared. He said, this is about an 84-year-old woman who is sick, who needs her medications, who in the middle of the night was taken from her bedroom. If she is alive, she needs her medication. That in itself could be fatal. And that's scary. End quote. Right now, police don't know if Nancy was injured when she was taken. Authorities also say there's no evidence that she was taken across the nearby Mexican border and no indication that this involves cartel or border-related activity.
Oh, okay.
Suck it, JLR.
Right. It's interesting, like, just when you bring something up, like cartel or border-related activity, it's kind of like, bringing up the Epstein files. It's like, why did you bring up the Epstein files? Makes me think about the Epstein files. It's like, you didn't have to bring it up. Makes me wonder whether there's some reason why it should have been brought up in the first place. Maybe you're trying to hide that there's something involved with that. You with me?
Right.
Yeah? Yeah. So why did you bring up cartels and the border? See? There's nothing about this case to do with the Epstein files, right? Like nothing. But now you're thinking about it.
Apparently the woman's husband was in the Epstein files.
Whose?
One of them. I believe the woman who's kidnapped.
I didn't know that. I really was pulling that out of nowhere. I actually was pulling that out of nowhere. Really? What?
I know. I was able to. I should have found a link for it. Just give me a minute.
No, please don't. I don't want to bring that into it. I actually really didn't want to bring that into it, right? But I didn't. When I said I didn't want to bring it into it, I didn't know that there's any link whatsoever. God,
I don't think there's anything. I don't think it's connected at all. I'm just saying that.
Okay, right. Well, what I'm trying to say is that when you bring something up that is not related, but you want to bring that idea up so that people will connect it, then they will start thinking about it. Now, she's talking about the border and cartels, but saying that it's not related. People are thinking about the border and cartels and she said it's not related. Well, now it's in the video. Yeah? Okay, well, it's not related, but it's in the video now. And so people could search it. It's in the video. And now freaking the Epstein files are in this video. Fucking great.
It's also worth noting a bit about Tucson as a city. Like many urban areas, it has higher than average crime rates compared with the national average, especially for property crime. And some neighborhoods also see violent crime in Tucson. But the Catalina foothills, where Nancy lives, is very different. It's an affluent, low crime area with large homes and generally very strong security.
Did she just say affluent? It's affluent.
I've heard it both ways.
No, it's affluent.
I'm going to defer to Lauren.
No, it's affluent.
I think it's affluent.
Violent crimes, like in abduction, are extremely rare.
Abduction.
There. And that's part of why this case is so alarming and why investigators are treating it with such urgency.
Did she say abduction?
I don't know, but it's
I've
accurate.
decided I'm officially done with mornings that start with, why do I own clothes but still have nothing to wear? And that's thanks to Daily Look. This podcast is sponsored by Daily Look, the #1 highest rated premium personal styling service for women. What makes it different is that you're paired with a real personal stylist. Yes, not an algorithm who actually doesn't maybe understand, but someone
Not a
who actually
goblin,
knows your style,
a
your
real
body,
one.
your lifestyle, and you work with the same stylist every time. Daily
Skip or
Look
cancel
sends you up to
anytime.
12 premium pieces to try on at home. You keep what you love and send back the rest, and the shipping is free both ways. It takes the stress out
Try
of
on at home. Let Grayson try your sloppy seconds and return after.
This chick is really advertising clothes like a stylist.
Wait, that
seriously?
you want it? The company wants you to advertise that?
What you're wearing right now? A blue and green jumper?
Sweetie, it looks
Really?
like a toddler who just ate a bunch of blue paint vomited on you.
You're wearing that to advertise this company? Really? No. This is a joke. This can't be.
And it'll be returned to the company with Grayson's musk in it.
It's not easy being green. When I was a kid, they used to say blue and green should never be seen unless it's a color in between. But I don't know, like maybe that's old fashioned and maybe that's out now. Maybe that's not a thing.
Oh, we can't be that lucky with Lauren.
Yeah, my 90-year-old grandmother wouldn't wear that. No, that is horrible. That is a really horrible jumper. That is horrible. You too could wear a Star Trek costume or a puffy sleeve shirt with a pattern that matches your living room curtains. Heure de Gresson. Wow. You cannot be serious.
I think I have a dirty rag in my garage that looks just like her shirt.
Shopping and somehow always gets it right. Like this shirt. Honestly, they have me figured out. I love it. I have worn Daily Look outfits to work, to meetings, and yes, while recording this podcast,
and
right
even
now.
to court.
It's time to get your own personal stylist with Daily Look. Head to dailylook.com to take your style quiz and then use code HIDDEN for 50% off your first order.
Hidden. I would stay hidden if that was the clothing I had to choose.
I thought the code would be Grayson.
Once again, that's dailylook.com for 50% off. And make sure you use my promo code HIDDEN so they know that I sent you. One last time, dailylook.com and promo code HIDDEN. As for motive, investigators are keeping all possibilities open. Sheriff Nano said there is no initial evidence that Nancy was targeted because of her daughter, Savannah Guthrie's public profile.
Wouldn't it be interesting if it had nothing to do with Savannah Guthrie? Right? Like nothing. Zero. Zilch to do with her. Like nothing. Like the people who took her, assuming somebody took her, didn't even know who Savannah Guthrie was or that Nancy was her mother. Just like,
sorry, I was doing a style profile. What were you saying?
Yeah. Like, I just imagine, like, the people who took her or, like, assuming she's been abducted, just didn't know or just, like, it's like some sort of coincidence that she happens to be the mother of a broadcaster. Imagine. Is that possible?
Anything's possible.
I mean, anything's possible. Well, I don't know who the hell she was, but I'm an Aussie. But maybe is this going to get me in trouble? Maybe the Mexicans don't know who she is. That's what JLR said. They don't watch morning television.
As a Today show anchor,
Any other
but at the
racial
same
groups we can
time,
name?
Is there any other racial groups that can be blamed? I mean, Australians don't know who she is. Maybe the Mexicans don't know who she is.
He said that they can't rule that out. He confirmed that investigators are looking into whether Nancy may have been stalked or harassed.
Maybe there's a Russian
Savannah
element to
security
this.
team is in contact with law enforcement. And this is where a lot of public speculation starts. One theory that always comes up in cases like this, especially when a family member is well known, is the idea that this could somehow be connected to Savannah Guthrie herself. That maybe this was an attack aimed at hurting her by taking someone she loved or tied to someone who had an issue with her or her work as a journalist. And
he's a journalist.
Okay, so now, like, it's like Lauren's with me, right? Like, well,
Lauren's on the same level as her now.
No. So Lauren has gone with the theory of that it is connected with Savannah. And I'm more like, could it possibly not be connected with Savannah? So, I mean, Lauren's gone with like the most ridiculous theory that it could possibly be connected to Savannah. Like, that's just way out there. I'm sure the cops haven't even thought about that. Maybe you should go tell them.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Pima County Police Department. I need to get you on the phone because I have a theory.
Why don't you go tell
Maybe it has something to do with the very famous daughter. Just saying.
Or maybe it doesn't. I just wanted you guys to know that.
It might not, but I'm a true crime podcaster, and my husband is a clinical psychologist. And he's a PhD from Princeton, by the way. And just so you know,
he has trouble controlling his bladder during intercourse.
Leakage. He has some leakage.
Carry on.
Need to let you know, it's very important that you know that we follow up the hidden agendas behind true crime, and true crime is true. And our theory is that it could be connected to the very famous Savannah Guthrie. And did you know that she is the daughter of Nancy? And I'm also someone who's been in the real news, like Savannah. And I don't know why she's getting so much attention. I don't know why she's getting so much attention. It's really upsetting me. I think I should probably get just as much attention as Savannah. In fact, Grayson, I think it's time you went missing. You reckon that's going to happen? If I get cancelled, Colleen, it's actually worse here. Here you don't get cancelled anymore, you just get sent to jail.
True.
Lauren is now planning a kidnapping. Yep. Lauren has the best idea. Let's wildly speculate about a journalist who could actually harm my career. Well.
It's understandable that people wonder this. You know, Savannah Guthrie is a nationally known news anchor. She interviews powerful people. She has moderated presidential debates and has had tense, uncomfortable conversations on live television. So,
you know what? If Lauren actually ever does a live stream, then she could say the same thing. Tense, uncomfortable conversations on live YouTube, like not live television, but on live YouTube. There would be some tense, uncomfortable conversations. And that would be great. Like, we'd all be there for that.
People naturally ask, did she make the wrong person angry? But when you really step back and look at Savannah Guthrie's career, she is not generally considered a controversial or inflammatory figure in the way other media personalities might be. She's not a pundit. She's not known for extreme political commentary or taking loud, polarized stances. If anything, criticism of Savannah tends to come from both sides at different times. Some people think she pushes too hard in interviews. Others think she doesn't push hard enough. Honestly, that usually points to someone operating pretty close to the middle. She's widely viewed as a mainstream established journalist, professional, measured.
Oh God, I want to see what Lauren's saying about Savannah in her text. I do unspeakable things to get hold of the Savannah texts. Right? Do you reckon, oh, Lara, do you think it could have been a stalker?
Do you think she is a stalker?
Do you think? Do you think?
Where's Christina?
Where's Christina? Has anyone seen Christina in the last 48 hours?
Damn it, Christina.
Christina. Christina. Where are you? Do you know anyone in Tucson? Christina. You've been making tiki-talkies again. Stalkers. How dare she?
Why is Lauren wearing my mom's tablecloth?
You know, I'm sure Lauren can really identify with Savannah and how she's feeling right now because she has felt so much fear before. Like she's been through something so similar to this, like feeling so afraid and worried and having to go to the cops and, you know, tell them about all her worries and stresses because, you know, she had a stalker. So she can really identify with all this stuff.
And controlled, not someone who builds a brand around outrage or controversy. And look, that doesn't mean that she never upset anyone before. Anyone interviewing politicians at that level will frustrate someone eventually. But there's a big difference between momentary criticism and having real enemies. And there is no public reporting or evidence that Savannah has known threats, stalkers, or people fixated on her in any dangerous
She says
way.
stalkers! She says stalkers! She said it! She said it! Let's go back.
Between momentary criticism and having real enemies. And there is no public reporting or evidence that Savannah has known threats, stalkers, or people fixated on her in any dangerous way beyond what sadly comes with being a recognizable public figure.
Oh, public figure! You know what that's like, don't you? To be a public figure and have stalkers. Totally threatened. Totally threatened.
Another thing about Savannah Guthrie is that she's very open about her Christian faith. She's written 2 books centered on her faith, mostly What God Does, as well as mostly What God Does Is Love You. And those books aren't political or controversial. They focus on grace, love, and faith through difficult moments in life. That's not the profile of someone out to stir people up. In an era where some news anchors are clearly partisan or open.
No, she didn't write like a book about her ex-husband being, you know, someone who emotionally abused her based on like no evidence at all. None.
Openly ideological, Savannah has generally maintained a reputation for being fairly neutral in the stories she covers. And look, viewers might disagree with how an interview goes, but she's not widely seen as injecting personal beliefs or agendas into her reporting. So while investigators are right to never rule anything out, there's nothing right now that suggests this was retaliation or a targeted attack connected to Savannah's career. And at this point, that theory lives more in the realm of understandable speculation rather than any solid evidence.
Understandable speculation. Yeah, I guess everyone's just going to understandably speculate for a while, or maybe for as long as they need to until anything actually happens, which is going to be maybe a week, 2 weeks, or until something really terrible happens, which would be awesome for Lauren. Awesome.
And there are a few other theories people keep asking about as well. Some have wondered if this could be a ransom situation, right? Especially given that Savannah makes an estimated $8 million a year and has a net worth of around $40 million. But if that were the case, investigators would typically expect some kind of contact by now, right? A demand, a message, something. Others have suggested this could have been a robbery that went wrong. But police have not said the home appeared ransacked or that valuables were taken. In fact, Nancy's phone, wallet, and car were all still inside the house. Again, everything was there. Family allegedly looked for Nancy, as you recall, for an hour before calling 911. So if investigators or even family believe this was primarily about theft, we would likely hear that the scene reflected that. So far, they haven't said that. And honestly, looking at this from the outside, looking in, that's important context because it helps narrow what this might not be, even as police continue to work towards what it is. The FBI is now assisting in the investigation as well, bringing additional resources and expertise, especially in digital forensics, image analysis, and cell phone data. Meanwhile, Savannah Guthrie has remained off the Today Show and posted a deeply emotional message.
Well, what would you expect? It's only been like 2 days. Of course she's been off the Today Show. What do you think she's going to be on there? It's like, good morning, America. That's a different morning show, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. It should be perched right on the corner of Nancy Guthrie's house. Yes, exactly. She turned into William Shatner there for a second. Nothing much has happened, right? So basically, this video that she's put out about an hour ago, an hour and a half ago, she changed the thumbnail because of the fact that there was a alleged ransom note that, hang on, I'll show you, that came out via this TMZ, had an unverified ransom note, which let's be really honest, there's no fucking ransom note. There's some idiot has sent an email to TMZ and it's a hoax, clearly, because there is no way that whoever has abducted this woman is sending a ransom note to TMZ, to these two idiots. Yeah. And so she's changed her thumbnail to this. Because, like, you can see, like, it would have been this photo and this, and then ransom note with this thing on top. And I've had a look through this video, and I don't really see her talking about the ransom note. She's just talking about the press conference, which happened 3 hours earlier, which was prior to the alleged ransom note. And the press conference, as people in the chat have been saying, didn't say much. It was just like a follow-up to the talking points that they've been putting out for the last 24 hours, which is that they think that she was abducted. They're checking all of the CCTV. Yes, she is missing her medication. They're talking to all of the people that have been known to her in the last 24 hours, including like her family. There was the other daughter, not Savannah, but I can't remember the name of the other daughter, but her and her husband went out for dinner and I think in a show the night before and dropped her off. So all of those things are being followed up, her phone whereabouts, etc. The police are all following all that. In fact, it's only 5 minutes. We can have a quick look at the actual, what is it? Actual press conference, if you like. But nothing much has broken really in the last 6 hours that you guys probably didn't know about. It's just that TMZ and JLR and Lauren at Hidden True Crime, they're trying to make today's new content, or tonight's new content about it. And like the ransom note sounds really like something new. Like it sounds like something's happened. And it seems like when you talk about a ransom note, it's like it sounds like they've got a lead to a perpetrator, whereas in reality they don't. Like there's nothing there. Hang on a second. Guthrie press conference.
I'm not used to everybody hanging on to my words and then trying to hold me accountable for what I say, but I understand. So we're going to try our best to be succinct with you in the future. And also more important for you to understand is we have a lot of work in front of us. We have a job to do. And we have someone's life who is in jeopardy. And so job number one is we got to find her, and we got to work hard to do that. I understand there's great attention on this, and rightfully so. And I appreciate it, and I thank you for it, because it has generated a lot of leads for us. And so we're tracking those leads, and we're doing things with evidence that you would expect us to be doing. So having said that, we're going to set this up. I know that a number of you yesterday, you guys drove me crazy. Yesterday I was going from AM to all the way to 9, 10, 11 midnight, answering concerns and questions, and it's just too tough. And it's not fair to the case. So what I'm going to tell you is today we're going to do this similar to what we're doing right now. Here we'll take questions. It's not really my briefing, it's your briefing. You'll be able to ask us some questions. We'll probably shut you off after a while because I just can't be here all day. We have work to do. But we'll take some questions, and then in a couple of days, breaks. We'll do this every couple of days. So, and we'll set up with you through our.
Oh, okay. So he's already thinking about what's going to happen if nothing much goes on. He's going to not do press conferences for every couple of days.
He said the next one I think will be Thursday.
Geez.
Unless something
Okay.
breaks.
Right. Okay. So this is interesting, Kelly. The press conference said nothing. All I got was the sheriff walked back. He said it was blood. Now he said he says he didn't say it was blood. That's interesting, actually, because a lot of people are still reporting that there was blood found out there. That's so once information gets out like that, it's really hard to walk it back. It's really hard to get that bit of information back. Like it becomes misinformation. Yeah, it's like, oh, blood was found. Oh shit. Okay, well, now that's out there. All of the media outlets, even some of the more reputable ones, they can stop reporting it, but they said it, and there's screenshots of it. There's people who are re-reporting it, and then there's the less scrupulous ones. They'll just keep reporting it. It's out there. It's done.
PIO teams to give you anything that comes up that might change, but clearly they will notify you on these, what I call media briefings. So with that, I'm going to ask John to come up. If you've got a statement to say, John, and then we'll take some questions and we'll get back to work.
Hello, I'm John Edwards. My spelling is Jonedwards. I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge of the FBI's office here in Tucson. First, we want the community to know that the FBI is doing everything in our power to bring Nancy Guthrie home to her family. The FBI is working alongside the Pima County Sheriff's Department on this incident. In terms of what the FBI is doing, we are providing the following support. Primarily, it's analytical and technical support in the following ways. We're downloading and analyzing cell phones, obtaining cell tower information, conducting interviews, and providing any and all investigative support that the Sheriff's Department needs. We're looking at this from every angle, but we need your help. If you live in the area or saw something on Saturday night, the 31st of January, or Sunday morning, the 1st of February, please report it to the Pima County Sheriff's Department or the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. Every lead and tip is important. We are aggressively pursuing and looking into every single one. Again, please help us bring Nancy Guthrie home. Thank you.
We'll take some questions.
Sheriff, is there any indication so far as to whether this was a random abduction or targeted?
It's like I said earlier, we're looking at all the leads, and we don't know. We're going to assume both sides of that. We'll look at both sides of that.
Sheriff, do you have any idea what Nancy Guthrie was wearing, or the type of car that she might have left from, or any identifiable information that the public could use to help with those tips?
We do not.
Sheriff, do you believe that one or more than one person was involved in the kidnapping?
I just no clue. It could have been one. It could have been more. I don't know. Let me get one second.
Is there any indication that Nancy Guthrie is still alive? We know the medication played a critical role here. It's been 48 hours. She needs it every single day. Are you looking for someone that is still alive?
We hope we are. We hope we are.
Sheriff, you said earlier that you don't believe there's a wider threat to the public. If you're not sure if it's targeted, why do you believe there's no wider threat to the public?
Well, we have crime in Tucson all the time, right? Like any city. And so when you say a threat to the public, is there somebody out there who's kidnapping elderly people in the middle of the night every night? We've not heard that. We don't believe that's the case. We do believe that Nancy was taken from her home against her will, and that's where we're at.
Sheriff, when you reference violence at the site, can you elaborate on that? And also, was there a sign of forced entry, any valuables taken, any bank or ATM cards used after her disappearance?
We're not getting into that. What I'd tell you is, like any crime scene, we processed this crime scene. We gathered all the evidence we could, to include looking for what? Fingerprints, DNA, camera images, everything you can imagine. And we gathered that out. Those things have been submitted forward to labs, to technological companies to help us. And we're like you. We're waiting for those returns to come back.
Did you find DNA? Does it not belong in that house?
The window of time from when she was last seen to when she was reported missing, and I know you guys are asking for help from the public, is there any way to narrow down what time you might be helpful? I know there was a report about a pacemaker dinging like around 2 o'clock in the morning. Is there any way to indicate to people, hey, look around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. to help them identify?
I really don't want to get into narrowing down the time, because narrowing it down means we could miss some tips and leads. We're working with the data we've submitted for investigative analysis. We're working to see if that time can be tightened up. But for now, we're going with what we told you earlier. She was dropped off at 9:30, and she was found to be missing at about 11 o'clock Sunday morning.
Let
me get this one.
DNA of anyone else found in the house?
We've submitted all kinds of samples for DNA, and we've gotten some back, but nothing to indicate any suspects.
Anybody strange in the neighborhood? I know you're looking at video, different surveillance camera, anything that we should be looking at with different cars?
I have nothing in that regard.
Have any demands been made by kidnappers?
We have all kinds of investigative leads we're working on.
Have any demands been made by kidnappers? If he could say that, he would have said it. Duh.
We noticed that the camera on the front of the house is missing. Do you believe the perpetrator purposely took the camera?
Don't know that. We're looking into that as well.
Has that scene been fully processed now? We saw deputies leave around 6 o'clock last night. We didn't see tape go up. An Amazon driver was able to walk right up to the door. Is that pretty standard for how you handle this?
The scene is done. We're done with the residents. If we need to go back to get, maybe we want to do something with some other piece of evidence there, we contact the family and let them know. But we've turned that over to the family. I don't have the time, but it was sometime yesterday, I believe.
Did you recover any tire tracks or any footprints around the house?
No.
Was there
Would you please take us through the timeline that you've established of the events so far, and with as much detail?
9:45, 9:30, 9:45, we were told she was left at her home by the family. at 11 o'clock in the morning, the family got notice from somebody at church that she was not at church. They went to the home, found her to be missing. That's the timeline. From Saturday night, 9:45, we'll say, to Sunday morning, 11 o'clock.
Have you been
Let me get somebody back here, please.
Have you interviewed the people that reported her missing, the people from the...
That's the family. Oh, from the church as well. We're doing all kinds of interviews. Yes, I'm sure we have.
Have you been able to access the footage from the cameras at the house?
That's all been submitted, and we're doing our best with those companies who own those cameras or built those cameras.
Are there any plans to release those videos from the cameras from the surveillance? Are there any plans to release the video from the cameras, surveillance footage?
We don't even have them yet, so no, not at this time. It's an active investigation.
A report of a suspicious man a few doors down last week. Is that anything that you guys are aware of?
A suspicious
I'm not aware of it.
man.
My detective
Dolly,
may be-
where have you been?
Hey, I have an alibi today.
Oh, do you?
Well, not last night.
That was not last night. Creepy man.
There's a lot of detective work being done, and I just can't get into those weeds or even discuss
I have to
with you
go.
what they may not learn.
Yes,
ma'am.
Support from the board yesterday. Are there specific resources
Hi, guys.
that maybe the board has not granted that would have made a difference responding to this case?
Well, that's getting into my own local politics. I apologize. Yes, the board a few weeks ago denied a request for more cameras, more drones, more AI capabilities with our own body-worn cameras. All those things, you'd have to talk to the board. I'm not probably not the right time to go into this. Let me get somebody else here. Yes.
It's like he's like coordinating an auction. Like he's an auctioneer. I'll take one over there. I'll take one over there. Right? And another one over there. Right?
He's still in this area.
Do we believe?
She's still in this area, or is there somewhere else?
We don't know where she is. So we'd be like any investigation. Just start from the point of where we last saw her, and we work out. And we're working as far out as we can go.
Sure, can you walk through
Were there
the evidence
of forced entry at the house, like any broken windows or whatever? Does it seem like people just went in and out?
There are concerns at the house that concerned us from the early on part of this investigation, and that's all I will tell you. Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Is there any history with Nancy needing police at her place or concerns where she was worried about somebody following her? Or
our investigative team has looked into all of those things, and that has not been brought to my attention. So
This dude can't answer any of this stuff. It's very obvious. These people are just on a fishing expedition, really. Like, you'd think they'd be better at this.
So she may have had something like that, but I'm not aware of it.
What is the extent of collaboration with the federal government? Obviously, FBI is here. CBP, are there other agencies also involved?
CBP's role in this was in our search and rescue mission, where we constantly use them. They have great dogs too. Our dogs aren't tracking dogs for this. Theirs are. And so they came out and did that. Anybody else, though, that we've asked for help from, whether it's the FBI, I know if we needed help from CBP or DEA or ATF, they would gladly give it. I've heard from leadership from all sorts of agencies, not just at the federal level, but across the state. Every one of them saying, Sheriff, you need anything, we're here.
So you obviously said investigators, when they got on scene, they found suspicious circumstances. When the family called originally to report her missing, did they say anything about the state of the home?
I don't know that. I don't know. Let me hang on. Let me make
Dude,
sure I
end
get
the
some
press
different
conference.
people here. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so there was blood that was found inside the house and you're testing it for DNA. How much blood and where was it?
I'm not saying there's blood inside that house or outside that house. What I'm saying is our team that processed a scene like you would think of any crime scene. We go in and we process it. We look for things like that: blood, DNA, any kind of physical evidence, fingerprints, anything. And all of that is gathered and submitted to a lab. That lab will report back to us what they find. So from that lab is nothing that would tell us this is who did this.
We'll take a couple more questions, and then the sheriff's got.
Wait, okay, so is that it? Is that when he walked it back? The whole blood thing? Is that the moment, guys?
Sheriff, can you walk through the evidence that was found at the scene in as much detail as possible?
No, I cannot.
What is the bottleneck of the surveillance footage? I know you said some of it is in the cloud, but you've also been reached out to tech companies that are saying they're cooperating. Why do you not have the surveillance footage on media?
That's what I tell them. How come I don't have this? Where's my evidence? It is a process, and I'm sorry, but we're grateful that there's large corporations and companies who have bent over backwards to help us, to say, hey, Sheriff, tell us what you need. And so, yeah, I can't slam them. And we've asked them. They know the urgency here, but I'm like you. What do you mean I don't know that now? Yeah, it's tough.
Follow up on an answer that you gave earlier. You were asked if there was You were asked if there was any ransom, and you didn't say no. You said we're following all leads. Does that mean a ransom has come in?
We're following all leads we have. That's all I can tell you. We've got hundreds of leads, and it's from you that produce those leads by telling people we need help. And I'm grateful for that. But I'm not going to get into all that. We have a team designated to deal with all of our leads. They're looking into all of that. We are sharing all of our leads with the FBI. They are helping us in evaluating those leads, how good they are, where that priority should be. And so we just, look, I know you guys are doing your job and you're doing a great job. But we have a job to do too, and I really need to back away from
I
this
would
for a
argue
while.
with that.
And
I
we'll
don't think they're
see
doing a
you.
great job at all because, like, sorry, but blood trail found outside home of Savannah Guthrie's mum. Home of Savannah Guthrie's mum. Brian Etten, February 3, 4:37 p.m. CST. And supposedly there was no blood found. So what the fuck's going on? Yeah? They're so hungry for information that they're just taking every little thing they can and blowing it all out of proportion. Right? News Nation discovered a blood trail. What? News Nation discovered? What, are they there? Are they actually outside the house and deciding that what they're seeing is a blood trail? Is that what's going on here? Right? So News Nation discovered a blood trail leading from the front door of Nancy Guthrie's home Tuesday. The first visible evidence is the disappearance of 84-year-old mother of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie. The blood was visible outside the front entrance of the rural Tucson home after authorities cleared the crime scene and released the property to the family. Oh, right, okay, I gotcha. So Brian Etten and News Nation, because I know he flew there, right? Yeah, so he, after they've released the crime scene, has decided to go up to the front of the house, and he's decided that there's blood out there because, you know, he's a crime scene analyst. That's what's happened. Okay. Good. Excellent. And of course, yeah, because he was the one just asking about the doorbell or the Ring camera that was missing. We heard him asking. A Ring doorbell camera that had been mounted near the entrance was also missing, and Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos said investigators are examining whether the perpetrator removed it. That wasn't exactly what he said. He said, I don't know. Nanos appeared at a news conference alongside FBI officials, but provided fewer details than in previous updates, appearing more guarded about the investigation. Nancy Guthrie was last seen Saturday night. Authorities acknowledged they are aware of reports about possible ransom notes, but declined to confirm whether any demands are legitimate. Is that what they said? Hang on.
You were asked if there was any ransom, and you didn't say no. You said we're following all leads. Does that mean a ransom has come in?
We're following all leads we have. That's all I can tell you. We've got hundreds of leads, and it's from you that produce those leads by telling people we need help, and I'm grateful for that. But I'm not going to get into all that. We have a team designated to deal with all of our leads. They're looking into all of that.
Okay, so authorities acknowledge they are aware about possible ransom notes, but declined to confirm whether any demands are legitimate. All he said was that we are exploring all leads, actually. So, authorities are aware of ransom note reports, but won't confirm legitimacy. We are aware of reports circulating about possible ransom notes. Really? Regarding this investigation into Nancy Guthrie, oh, it's the sheriff's office said in a statement. Okay, must have been a statement afterwards. We are taking all tips and leads very seriously. Anything that comes in goes directly to our detectives who are coordinating with the FBI. Okay, well, just because they're aware of it doesn't mean that they're acknowledging that it is an actual ransom note. What we know about Nancy Guthrie, missing mum of Today show host. Okay, I'm disturbed by this whole News Nation going up to the house and deciding that there's blood there and reporting on it thing. I'm not really cool with that. Like, they've released the crime scene or the house back to the family, and Mr. Renton, it seems, has gone, oh, that's blood. There's photos of it somewhere. See if I can find photos of him. You guys seen photos of this? Just see if I can find photos. He has a video. They literally took pictures. Yeah, you can keep watching this. I'll have a look.
We are sharing all of our leads with the FBI. They are helping us in evaluating those leads, how good they are, where their priority should be. And so we're just, look, I know you guys are doing your job and you're doing a great job, but we have a job to do too. And I really need to back away from this for a while, and we'll see you, unless something breaks. We'll see you Thursday morning. PIO will give you a time frame. I'm guessing somewhere around 11:30.
Thank you. I need your emails. If you are not on the email list, get with me in the corner. I'll be right by the sheriff's line, okay?
I think. Just a minute, guys. I've got it on Facebook though, and Facebook struggles to share the audio. Let me see if I can get it on YouTube. Got it. All right, here we go. Let's see.
Now to Arizona, we're hearing from police today who appeared no closer to finding Nancy Guthrie. Pima County Sheriff was out earlier, appeared at an update and appeared more hesitant to share information about the search for the missing Today Show anchor's mother. We learned a lot about what the authorities do not know now. They don't know where she is. They don't have DNA evidence to indicate suspects, and they don't know if the crime is random or not. As I bring in senior national correspondent Brian Enton live in Tucson, I do want to get into this issue of ransom note, which you and I talked about last hour. Not any confirmation of a note from authorities by any stretch, but a confirmation that they're aware, Brian, that there are reports of a possible note, right?
Yeah, so we asked about it at the press conference, Connell, and the sheriff kind of dodged the question about whether there had been any demand for a ransom, basically just said that they're continuing to look into everything. Now there has been this TMZ report where TMZ is indicating that they actually received a ransom note related to the case. And the specifics they gave are that there were specific clothing information that Nancy Guthrie was wearing, and also specifics about certain things inside the house, and that there was an actual dollar amount that they were asking for. We have no idea if this is legit or just some crazy person emailing TMZ, but this is interesting, Kyle.
Sorry. Oops. Just a minute. I accidentally clicked on something.
Is now out on the sheriff's office website. They say, we are aware of reports circulating about possible ransom notes regarding the investigation into Nancy Guthrie. We are taking all tips and leads very seriously. Anything that comes in goes directly to our detectives who are coordinating with the FBI. So again, they are not really confirming or denying.
To me, okay, you guys tell me if you disagree. To me, that says, stop telling us about the stupid ransom note to TMZ. We know. Okay, but if you have anything else to tell us, can you please go to this page? There is a barcode there, QR code. Please go there. Can you please stop telling us about TMZ's stupid ransom note? We know about it.
Whether any of these ransom claims are legit, Connell.
And more FBI involvement, right, at that news conference today, at least, you know, in their presence. And they were reluctant to speak yesterday, but maybe even more so today about details, right?
Yeah, they seem to be much, much more tight-lipped today, Connell, in terms of just the vibe from the sheriff. He gave a lot more information yesterday. We were actually able to just walk up to the house, and we just got some new video, which I'm hoping to get to you soon. But it's pretty disturbing when you get up to the front door of the house, Connell. You can now see blood, like a blood trail coming out of the front of the house, which is something that we're seeing for the first time now that the crime scene is cleared. We could get a little closer. And the other thing we noticed, which I had reported earlier, is that the ring. Here we go. This is the new video. Look at this closely, Connell, because this is the first time that we're seeing this. But you.
Okay, so you're a blood spatter analyst, are you? Dude, are you Chris McDonough? Like, do you remember? Did you guys follow the Brian Kroberger case, like at the beginning, when Chris McDonough, when he found a glove on the ground outside 1122 King Road, and he's like, "Look, here's a glove, like that," and like he picked it up, like, "Oh look, law enforcement forgot to get this important piece of evidence from the crime scene. I'm so smart." Yo, what an idiot. What an idiot. And I guess he just picked it up, right? And it's like, dude, you're making a dick of yourself. Like, for one thing, you're contaminating the crime scene. And for another thing, like, it's winter and people have gloves. Okay, so that could be fucking anything, for one thing, Brian Etten. And for another thing, the cops have already been and they've released the property. This is clickbait. They probably have already tested that, and you don't know what that is. You don't know what that is. It might be blood, but still, what the fuck are you doing? Yes, right, old line red. What the fuck are you doing? He probably thought it was OJ's glove. It could be barbecue sauce. It could be anything. I don't really like Brian Etten's attitude with this, right? I don't like it. I don't like the way he's like, okay, so I can get access to this house now because I've handed it over. So I'm just going to go up there. I'm going to take some photos. I'm going to assume that that's blood. I'm going to report on there being blood. And I'm also going to report on the fact that there is a ring camera missing. And then I'm going to go to the press conference and I'm going to tell law enforcement that there's a ring camera missing. And do they think that the perpetrator took the ring camera? Because I'm so clever that I am solving the case for them. I don't like it. I don't like it. And maybe if he really wanted to help, he could have just told them privately rather than spreading this shit around. If he actually really wanted to help. But no, instead, what's happened is the entire universe now believes that there's a blood trail outside the front of the house when that's not confirmed at all. And the police have said that's not confirmed at all. Sure, it didn't cross his mind that Ellie might have taken the damn camera. Right? I've been pretty quiet about Brian Etten. I haven't said anything much about Brian Etten, but he's not my favorite either, right? I know some people think that he's fantastic, but this whole the thing about what he's doing right now is he's so hungry for information that he's making shit up. And that bothers me. It's like, okay, cool. Well, go and get your information, but how about you go and show it to the police first before you go and just like spread it all over the news. That's all. Tight-lipped. It's called protecting the integrity of the investigation. Fucking vultures, seriously. Yeah. Showing blood on the YouTube thumbnail is disgraceful and must be so distressing. Yes, right? What if this has nothing to do with it? Nothing. Zero. What if it has zero to do with it? I don't like it. I don't like it. Coming in on X, but Brian E is reporting, coming in late, but Brian E is reporting on X that there is a helicopter over Nancy's house now. Oh, great. Okay. Now there's a helicopter over the top of her house. Fantastic, Brian. That's just great. Awesome. Yeah. And see, this is the 24-hour news cycle. This is what you get. And people eat it up. He's getting rich off this shit. He's getting rich off this shit. Brian Enton is a 12-year-old boy in an overgrown 12-year-old boy's body, like with like literally. Have you seen his logo? His logo it's a little boy next to the word Brian Enton. Man-child. Man-child. Yeah. Sorry, I know a lot of people like him, but I find him to just be so desperate for a headline that he will bypass any ethical boundary. So it drives me nuts. Duh. Does he think they wouldn't use a helicopter? It's like, let's report on the absolute obvious, shall we?
You can see right there, see the blood? There's blood outside the front door very clearly. And then you'll there's blood outside the front.
That could be paint, you know. That's very dark colored. I don't know about that, Brian. I don't know about that, Brian. And also, do you think a wood stain? Yeah. I don't know about that, Brian. And also, like, do you think the cops are that fucking stupid that they would, like, it's right outside the front door? Do you think they are that stupid that they'd walk past that, assuming it's blood, and go, yeah, it's probably nothing? Well, they are cops, yeah. But, I mean, you know what? I don't think that's blood. Look at it. Look at the way it's dried. I think that's paint. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not a blood spatter analyst, and I don't think Brian is either. And I don't think it's up to him to speculate about it. I think the cops should be doing that, and the cops have not confirmed that there's blood. And if there were, wouldn't they be cordoning it off? Like, why would they have released it back to the family already with just like blood lying around like that? Why does it look powdery in the middle? Yeah. This is sus. Yeah. I usually like Brian's reporting, but this rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, Jessica. And I'm not having, like, anyone who likes Brian's reporting, cool. Like, you know me, people have different opinions in chat, fine. All good. Right? No problem. You like certain different reporters, cool. You like different channels, cool. You think someone's guilty, I think someone's innocent, cool. Have your different opinions. No problem. This here, I'm not liking this reporting. I'm just not liking this reporting. No, it's not okay with me. He's probably at the wrong house. Tragedy vulture's going to tragedy. Yeah. To you, that doesn't look like blood. To me, I don't know exactly how to recognize blood, especially not out in the Arizona desert kind of area. So I feel like, okay, here's the thing. I feel like he should have confirmed with the police what that was and that it was okay to report that it was blood before he reported that it was blood. That's where I'm going with this. Because clearly the police today have gone, we never said there was blood.
Door very clearly. And then you'll notice the ring camera is also missing. And I asked the sheriff about that, and he said they're looking into it. Whether did the perpetrator pull the ring camera off when they were leaving? He said that's still under investigation.
Does it stand out to you that you're able to do that? That this is not still secured as some sort of a crime scene, that they're allowing people to walk up, or that the family is now back, right, controlling the home rather than the police? And there's the blood again. Wow.
Yeah, there's the blood again. It surprised me. I mean, in other, crimes I've worked, they'll keep a whole house closed off with crime scene tape for a week while they're still investigating. And we asked the sheriff about it. He said, look, they are done processing the house. They released it to the family yesterday, and it appears right now there's no one home.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and down.
They need to fix that so bad. That jump scare is so bad. And yet, no blood was found, right? And what the hell is he even trespassing, right? Those red rocks will make red like paint if they get wet. See, I'm wondering about that too. Like the rocks out there, the mud, like I think there's something out there that could make that happen. I don't know, but yeah, I'm wondering about him trespassing. It looks like blood. I understand it looks like blood drops, but he's reporting that it is blood. And that to me seems really irresponsible. So I'm not down with that reporting at all. And yeah, like I said earlier, once information like that gets out in the media, that's it. It's out. It doesn't matter how much the police or anything try to say it wasn't true. It will keep getting reported and reported and reported, and it's misinformation. It will not go away. That's just it. It's like Brian Koberger and the stalking thing. So once the stalking thing got out there, even though police, like the investigators and the prosecutors said in court documents, and then they said after he pled guilty in the press conference and to reporters over and over again, there was no evidence of stalking. People continue to say it. Like it's said so often, it's become law, like LORE law, that Brian Koberger stalked those victims, whereas there is zero evidence that he ever stalked them. He's pled guilty to murdering them, but he never stalked them, right? So once that's out and it's been reported enough, it's just a matter of repetition. People will say that the stalking happened. And that's, again, like, it's kind of like with the thing with Christina. We need to keep saying she's not the stalker because she didn't stalk Lauren. Because if we allow someone to keep saying something enough, it will just become true. It will just become true. Simple as that. Repetition ends up being law, L-O-R-E. It creates lore. Lore. Yeah. He could have said it appears like blood, but we need to be clear, we don't know what. Yeah, and there he is. He's just going, it's blood. That really pisses me off. It really does. Yeah. It happens all the time, right? It does. Yes, it's like John saying RA had a history of SA. Yes, it's exactly like that. Like once it's out there, it's very difficult to put the toothpaste back in the tube. Yeah, unring the bell. Exactly. Are the media as bad in Australia, Hella? Not as bad, but yeah, they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad. You're right, Online Red. Even in court, they won't say more than red-brown stains. Yes, reddish-brown stains. I was going to say that before, actually. You're right. They won't just say blood. They'll say reddish-brown stains. And yeah, Christina is not a stalker. Exactly. We have to keep saying it because it was said 400 goddamn times by someone who has an audience. 500,000 views that thing has. Yeah. All right, I have to get going. Guys, we're going to redirect to allegedly innocent if she's still going. I think she is. I think she is. Pretty sure she is. Is she? I hope so. Well, we're redirecting to her anyway. Cool. Yeah, guys. Bit of a different show today. I hope you enjoyed it. Lauren was never stalked. Propaganda. Exactly, exactly. Cool. All right. Facts matter. Facts matter. Even if you're not on board with the whole story, little pieces of it, when misinformation goes out, you got to push back. You got to push back and go, hey, that's not right. That is just not right. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me and Dali today. I hope Senior's feeling better, Dali. Thank you guys all for your support. Might see you tomorrow, might not. I have some other stuff that I'm working on to get ready for you. And here's the song.
Her name was Ella. She was an Aussie. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. Her co-host is Dolly and she dances sometimes. The words are always alarming because she's an 803. To be said.